Man,
Welcome back to the Faded Podcast. I am today's host, Javier, and I am joined with my co-host, Chris.
Jen.
Say something else. Okay, whatever. So, dude, I want to start things off with the type of kind of dreams that I've had, but I don't want to go specifically into dreams because, like when you have a dream, there's different types of dreams. There's different people that have different dreams. I don't know where I'm going with this, but basically, some people are more lucid into dreams than other people. Some people are more lucid into dreams, and they can, like, for example, myself. I'll put myself as the topic of research, whatever. But there are some dreams that I have that I can literally tell the type of smell in the dream whenever I go to sleep in the dream, because I have had lucid dreams where I can literally go to sleep, wake up in the same dream. I can smell things, I can go to sleep, tactile, I can feel everything. Crazy. But that isn't specifically what I was going to go with in this topic of conversation. I wanted to talk more about the status window that I dreamed about. So, for all of the people that watch anime and stuff like that, you haven't said a word. For all the people that have...
I'm waiting for you to tell me about this dream.
All right. Yeah, true. That's fair enough. But for the amount of people that watch anime, realistically, specifically, if you have watched Solo Leveling, which we did talk about in the first podcast.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I wish that existed in real life. I'm not talking about the whole system where, there's mana-type beasts attacking the world and everything like that. No. What I want is the status window of Solo Leveling to be a concept in the real world. And I will get there. I'm not going to go into a tangent, but I am going to get there.
It's itching.
But what I wish that in the real world, what we did have was a status window where we can, this status window, you can summon it whenever you want. You can see the status of your own body, your own health. That would be perfect. I feel like if people knew actively 24/7 live the health of their body, they would take better care of it.
Yeah.
When we grow older, we stumble upon pain, literally, defects in the body. I am currently 25. And as you know, actually, this is a whole story, right? So, back about 3-4 years ago, 3 years, I had no problems with my body whatsoever. But basically, I woke up one day, literally one day, I woke up, it was laundry day. I woke up, brushed my teeth, did everything, all my gists and stuff like that. I put my clothes into the washer. I come back home because it's about like a minute walk, literally 30 seconds. It's in the next building for me and where I live. So I put my clothes into the washer. I come back home. I lay down on my bed, stomach forward into the bed. And I just start scrolling on memes, because what else do you want to do when you're doing laundry and waiting for the machine to finish washing your clothes? Then instead of watching memes, you're not going to do anything productive. It takes like about 30 to 40 minutes for your washing machine to finish washing your clothes and rinse them.
Yeah.
So you're not going to do anything productive, at least for me and my type of mindset. I don't like to start something productive if I know that I am going to have to interrupt it in like 30 to 40 minutes. Whenever I'm doing something productive, I have to focus my mind and actually do it. Sit down, do it. Doesn't matter how much time it takes. I don't like interruptions or anything like that. That's just how my brain works. But anyway, I was doing laundry. My timer on my phone rings because these aren't my laundry machines. They're not. I share them with the public, with the other residents of the apartment. In my case, I don't like, if I'm sharing a machine, if I'm sharing public services, I don't like making other people wait if my stuff is done.
Right, yeah, that wouldn't be cool.
Yeah, no, it's not. Because, I mean, in the past, when I've lived in other apartments, there have been instances where, you know, like I walk into the laundry room. Yeah, because a laundromat is
its own location.
Yeah. So I walk into the laundry room and I see that the dryer or washer is done. And I was like, okay, so the people should come soon. So I leave. I wait another 30 minutes. I come back. Clothes are still in there. So, I mean, this is apart from the topic that I want to talk about. But if that happens to you, what would you do? Would you wait and just put your future on the hands of the people that are currently using that machine, even though it's already done? Or would you take out their clothes?
So I think I wouldn't necessarily want to touch somebody else's clothes, and I also think that that's not okay in itself, although they are in the wrong. But best case, you can leave a note saying, hey, please, you know, stay on top of your clothes, maybe care about the other residents, although it comes off a little Karenish, but
yeah,
it's just what it is. I mean,
it's polite though.
You know, you could write it politely.
Yeah, no. I mean,
but you know, you may not feel politely in that day because, well, we're busy people.
It seems impolite, but it's polite for you if you know that this washing machine takes about 30 to 40 minutes. It's polite to set a timer and be aware that you do not own these machines and other people use them. So it's polite if you take that into consideration.
Day long though, I'm moving their clothes.
Yeah.
Like next day, I'm like, fuck it, right? That day, I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I got other stuff to do. I'm gonna go handle my other business. I'll come tomorrow. Same stuff in there, it's getting moved.
Yeah. So basically, in my story, that didn't happen. I'm just going on a tangent. What happened in the past? Because in the past, you know, I used to live in different apartments. People would just leave their clothes in the literally in the washer for a day, a whole day. I would come back the next day because, you know, I schedule, at the very least for me. You guys have seen me in the last 2 episodes. I'm kind of ADHD-ish. My mind travels in a lot of topics. My mind thinks about many things before I can actually speak it. That's why I go into many tangents.
Yeah, he travels like
so.
a jet.
Yeah. So, in my opinion, you know, at least for me, I like to organize what I'm gonna do on my days off. That means scheduling my laundry days and my time. If somebody's doing laundry during that time, then guess what? I'm going to postpone it for the next time that I am available to do it. And then I postpone it to the next day. I walk in. They haven't taken out the clothes off of the washer. Off of the washer, not the dryer. The dryer would be different.
Oh,
taking it out of the... Yes, it's wet. And it has dried during that day. And I don't know if you guys know.
Oh, they're saving.
But when you put clothes in a washer, you wash them. and the washer's done. If you don't dry those clothes, they smell bad.
Gross.
Yeah, it smells literally I can't describe what it smells like. It just smells
Like
gross.
wet dog.
Yeah. Matter of fact, yeah. How he said it. It smells bad. I can't stand it. So that's
Did you move the clothes?
yeah, no. In the past I have.
Had to.
I literally
Had to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's valid after a day.
After a couple of hours.
To be honest, but I'm just being generous.
Yeah, after a couple of hours, in my opinion, it's valid. Because if you live in an apartment complex, you guys are sharing the laundromat, you should know how long it takes for a washer to complete its cycle. It's natural. You know, if you're considerate, you should know how long it takes.
I mean, for me personally, I mean, I'm happen to be blessed at the moment to have my washing and drying in home. But when I did have to go and do it separately in another location within the building, I would get anxiety.
Yeah, definitely.
Because for one, I don't like to leave my things unattended. I like to make sure I'm not getting robbed. And that might sound weird, but I've literally have had clothes stolen.
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
that's like a real thing. And so therefore like I'd be like super on top of it personally. So the people who aren't on top of it, I mean, selfish and non-caring.
Yep. Unconsiderate, in my opinion. Because I mean that's the word.
A-hole.
They're assholes. They're unconsiderate.
But the dream?
The dream doesn't even have to do with a dream, technically. I just wanted to talk about dreams. But
Fair.
so, like I was saying, put all of that aside. So I'm putting my clothes. I already put them in the washer. I put a timer for 36 minutes because that is the amount of time that my washer takes to wash them, the cycle, and
Right.
everything. After 36 minutes, I've timed it because I'm considerate and I don't want to leave my clothes a minute later than after it is needed. You know, like,
At this point, he's hoping you're watching. Like,
yes,
like,
yeah,
you.
you specifically,
Fix
the
that.
people that do that, you. But anyway, it for my washers, it's not a standardized time for all washers. For my washer specifically, it's 36 minutes. So I put a timer. I come back home. I come into my apartment. You know, I take off my shoes. I put on my sandals, my chanclas in Spanish. I like the word chanclas instead of sandals. Like, it just feels much better.
I hear sandals, I think walking.
I think beach.
I hear chanclas, and I think about them being flung at me.
All right. Well, you're clearly traumatized.
Anyway.
My mic almost fell. But yeah, I put on my sandals. I go into my room. I take out my jacket, everything like that, depending if it's winter, whatsoever, blah, blah, blah. Literally, I settle into my bed. I was, in this instance, in this situation, I was stomach down towards my bed, meaning back up, booty up. You would like that, but let's not talk about that. I respect
That's
your
crazy.
I respect your ideals and everything like that whatsoever. But anyway, I was stomach down, head up, watching just memes, right? 36 minutes pass. My alarm goes off. And I was like, okay, I have to go to the laundry room, take out my clothes from the washing machine, and put it in the dryer. So easy, right? I stand up. Literally, when my 2 feet touched the floor, my spine erected. I collapsed. I have never in my life suffered a pain that caused me to go to the ground.
You said this was 3 years ago?
Yes,
Is this when...
I'm getting there. Yeah, you're right. I'm getting there.
All right.
I have never experienced a pain in my life. I've fallen from a 2-story building. I've fallen from trees. I've been punched. I've been kicked. I've been a lot of sorts of pain. I have never experienced the pain that has drawn me to my knees. I stood up from my bed on my 2 feet and immediately felt pain in my lower left back towards my lung/kidney, as if, because your ribs, you have free libs. What is it called? You have ribs that are connecting to your sternum, and then you have ribs that are
Free hanging.
free hanging. Yes, which are 2 on each side.
Right.
The rest of them are connected to your sternum. It felt as if my 2 free hanging ribs were piercing my lung. That's what it felt like. Because immediately when I stood up from my bed, it felt pain to breathe more than 40%. Like, think about it. Like you're breathing normally. That's 100%. 40%, pain immediately.
Mm.
It brought me an indescribable amount of pain. As if, again, there was a knife right into my lung. It dropped me to my knees. To my knees and palms. I know that you're going to get excited for, that image. But
This guy.
let's push past that. It was so painful. I couldn't breathe more than 40% of the capacity of my lungs. I couldn't stand. And when I did my best, after like 5 minutes of struggling, I could only stand when I was hunched over, as if I had scoliosis in my spine. I could not stand properly. I put my clothes into the dryer. I came back to my house. I laid back in my bed. And I literally, I was hoping that, like this was just a one-time situation, that it just happens to be that you're in pain. And I wish that it was going to disappear. Now, the time for my dryer, for my clothes, at the very least here, it takes 22 minutes for all my clothes to be dry perfectly. So I set a timer. And in those 22 minutes, I was hoping that I was going to be fine. I stand back up. Same amount of pain. I couldn't stand. It hurt so much. Literally, like, if it was just like, like my back hurts, okay, I can push that. If it was like my hand, my bones hurt, I can push that. I can persevere. But when it comes to toothaches or anything inside, like your actual organs, when it hurts, it's a different amount of pain. I would literally rather break a bone than suffer tooth damages or tooth pain.
Oh yeah, I've had some tooth pains and they are pretty crazy.
Yeah. So
Actually,
Same
I have a
thing.
story for you later
yeah,
about that.
same thing happened. Literally, when I stand up, when my alarm goes off, the pain is horrific. I put up with it. I'm walking as if I was hunchback. I was going to mention a character from a light novel that I'm reading, Shadow Slave. Harris, he was a hunchover. But anyway, I was walking like that. I was walking like this, slowly, until I got to my laundry room. I put all of the clothes in my dryer into my little basket. I did the impossible. I flexed my abdomen and carried that basket to my building, which I reside to. It was so painful. I could not move. I could not do anything. I couldn't move my neck from left to right without it being painful. At this time, I still don't know what caused that pain because I went to sleep and the next day I wake up, I go do laundry, and the pain's there. I have no idea of what happened to me in that dream or what I did because in the past, we can talk about this in another podcast episode or anything like that, but I used to sleepwalk. So in my imagination, I believe that I did something that caused me to just hurt the hell out of my back. But anyway, I spent 5 days with that pain, excruciating amount of pain. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't walk properly. I could barely go to work and sit in a chair and do nothing. After a week, after those 5 days, after a week, I started to feel better, I could stand up straight. I could run. I could jump. I could do anything. So, I decided to go to the gym. And this is where your story ties up with mine. This is when we used to be gym partners. And we went to the gym. I remember it. I remember the day clearly as... I was about to say something else, but I remember it as clearly as day. Right now it's nighttime. I remember it as clear as the sky is. The sky is beautiful, dude. If I want to talk about light pollution in the future. Okay. But anyway, currently, right now, we're not talking about that. We're not going to go into a tangent. I'm not going to go into 20 different other subjects where you guys aren't going to be able to keep up with the subjects because even myself can't keep up with it. But anyway, we went to the gym. He was late, 10 minutes, like he always is. I had already taken my pre-workout.
And he should know that, by the way.
Fuck you.
Just show up 10 minutes after my allotted time.
We would agree that we would meet at the gym by 7 p.m. So, I would, like any other man, I will take you upon your word that you say that you will show up at the gym at 7 p.m. So, I would take my pre-workout 15 minutes earlier than that. I would be at one specific light making that left turn to go to the gym 15 minutes prior. I would take my pre-workout, and by the time it was 7 p.m., I had already ingested it. My digestive system, my stomach, my duodenum,
Listen,
would digest
showed
it.
up early.
Would digest it, and by 7:10, I would feel the beta alanine crawling over my skin.
He was ready to go, though.
I was ready to go. And by 7:10, where were you? Not at the gym. Not at the parking lot. No. I would call him. 7:10, I would call him. Yo, Chris, where you at? And he's like, oh, I'm pulling up right now. I'm making the turn. I was like, okay. I would tell me I'm wrong.
Go in and stretch. I'll be right there.
No. And that's a different fallacy that you're falling towards.
Also,
it's a fallacy.
You showed up too early.
It's a fallacy. No, I showed up on time.
If you would have showed up at 7, you would have only waited 10 minutes.
I literally showed up 5 minutes before the allotted time. I like to show up 5 minutes, at the very least 5 minutes before the allotted time, so I can watch a couple of memes before I go in to do whatever I want to do. If it's working out, if it's eating with friends, if it's an interview, if it's a corporate meeting, whatsoever. I like to show up 5 minutes early so I can de-stress, watch memes for 5 minutes, forget about anything, forget about any problems in the world, forget about the fact that it's a sad world that we're living in. We're not going to go into that.
Listen.
I like to forget about things and just focus on what I'm going to do.
I was hoping you forget a little
after
longer.
Those 5 minutes. And that's where you're wrong. If you tell me We're supposed to be there by 7 p.m. It's my fault if I show up early. If I show up 5 minutes early, 10 minutes early, that's on me. If you show up after 7 p.m., that's on you. Yes or
agree.
no?
I agree that it's my fault for showing up late. But I didn't take it as such a huge deal.
So at the time,
Although he was very stressed about this.
we both work third shift. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So we both would time the time that we dedicated to the gym to work out specific muscle groups, work out the amount of sets, yes or no. We would time the amount of
Right.
sets, between sets, 1.5 minutes to 3 minutes at the very least as a break to build up ATP, and then continue the next set or muscle group. We allotted the amount of time between 7 to 9:30 p.m. to work out so we can go home, shower, eat, do whatever you got to do. I don't know what he did. And go to work.
Fair.
It is fair. So, that day, right? I felt better. I went to the gym. He was late, like always. My beta alanine was kicking in. My skin was itching because that's what beta alanine does.
He was ready to go.
It's a vasodilator.
Yeah.
I was ready to go. It was
Makes you
leg day.
itchy.
I hate, what's that machine called? The one that you love, where literally there's pressure on your shoulders. You squat,
Hack squat.
hack squat, and it
That shit's
targets. Yeah, it really is. It is great. I hated it because it just sucks. But it's a good machine if you're targeting your quads. It literally does help you a lot. It just sucks. I didn't like it. So that day, I remember that specifically. We were doing hack squats. We were doing 5 sets. And on the third set, we were like, you know what? Let's go. Let's max out. Let's do 3 plates on each side, which is what, 315?
Approximately.
Yeah. So approximately, we were doing 315 on a hack squat after I was suffering from this back pain. But I was good. I thought I was good. I thought it was perfect. We're doing it. I did my first set perfectly. I did 12 reps. He did his 12 reps. I go for the second set, my fourth set. I think it was like around rep 6 to 7 that immediately when I went up, I felt something snap or like kind of like tingle on my left side of my spine. And literally, I have never put on the safeguards on a machine faster than that day. I was pushing up. Immediately when I felt that like little snap, I stopped pushing. I literally stopped pushing. I gave up all of my strength. I went down, and with my wrist, that's where all of my strength went to my wrists to push in the safeguards. I stopped it, and I could not stand up. Literally, I was hunching over again a little bit more than the first time. And you literally told me you were concerned. You were like, "Yo, dude, you okay? Like, why you hunched over?"
Well, see, to give you an understanding, I didn't know he was priorly injured. So maybe we wouldn't have done freaking 3 plates on a hack squat that causes a lot of pressure onto the spine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never seen him just flat out drop like that. Like, I mean, when we go pretty hard, especially when we were
Yeah,
really,
especially
really at it.
yeah, and especially during leg day.
Yeah, I mean, we were at the point like close to yelling at each other to finish another rep.
Yeah.
So when we say hard, I mean we were going hard. And
Yeah,
so,
I would smack the hell out of his back, and he didn't like it, but I still did it.
But to see him just flat out just give up like that was crazy because I was like, well, there's no shot that he just stopped. It looked like he just completely just gave up on the whole exercise altogether. So I was like,
Yeah.
dude, like what the fuck? Because he didn't even say anything for like a second. He was just like, I guess trying to gain some mental strength there.
Yeah, and even when we do, like, like, let's talk about bench pressing. When we feel like we're not gonna be able to lock out and get the weight up, we literally tell each other we can see we struggle. We literally struggle for like a couple of seconds, 5 seconds, remaining at the same position but trying to push up the weight. And that's how like we're struggling, like we're trying.
Yeah, it's an attempt. You
Yeah,
might be
we're
midway
attempting.
up of whatever the movement might be, but you're continuously trying.
Mm-hmm.
And so it would be as if you were on the bench and instead of struggling at all, you just let the bar drop.
Crazy.
But yeah, that was crazy.
And I went down. Literally, I just couldn't immediately. I felt the snap, pain radiated from my spine, and I knew that if I put resistance towards it, it would just get worse. So immediately I dropped the weight, I pushed in the safeguards, and you saw me. I was hunched over. You were like, dude, you okay? And I was like, yo, this was the pain that I told you about because I did tell you about it. Briefly. But I did tell you that I was okay and that like it wasn't affecting me besides that 5 to 7 days, the week, basically. And I told you that I was okay. And you asked me twice. I told you I was okay. And we worked out because you were on the under the assumption that I was okay. But yeah, I remember that day because we at the gym that we went to, it was a 2-floor gym. The weights were on the second floor, and I was going down the stairs, and it was so painful walking down those stairs. I got to my car, I warmed it up.
Real quick, now that I think about it, you could have took the elevator.
I could have.
Yeah, he totally could have. We never do, because
Yeah,
who
no.
does?
Yeah. I thought that the elevator was strictly reserved for disabled people.
No, I see lazy people use it all the time.
Yeah. I should have used it.
Even I question it, like, not to them, but like mentally.
I kind of wish that I did use it.
Now
Yeah,
you
I
think
was in
back, he's like,
excruciating pain.
shit, these dudes walking down this fucking steps.
Yeah, I'm
like,
literally hunching over like so much, like not at a 90-degree angle, but like at a 120-degree angle. And I get to my car, I turn it on. I put on my favorite, my music because, we can't drive without that.
without music, right?
And I remember I was driving like this with my neck at a certain degree angle because it hurt if I strained out my neck. So I was driving like this at a certain degree angle, made it to my house because the gym is far away from my house. It was 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
So I drove 30 minutes like this.
Crooked.
Yeah, crooked as shit, dude. And it was just horrible. I spent literally the next 4 days in my bed. My sister recommended me going to a chiropractor, but unfortunately at the time it was Friday and they closed for the weekend. At least her chiropractor. So my parents are Hispanic. They believe in, I don't know what it's called in English, but basically they believe in masseuses that target specific parts of your body and heal you.
With the little needles?
No, that's
Pinpoint?
that reminds me of Dexter, which is a series that I want to talk about in the future.
But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Massages.
Massagers.
Masseuse?
So they not the Americanized version. No, I'm talking about Hispanic versions. And I went to her. My father drove me because I literally couldn't drive. And I paid her $60 for her to beat the shit out of me because that's the only thing that she did. I told her where it hurt. I told her that it was I was about to show, but I mean, if I do, I'm speaking away from the mic. But basically, it was towards my lower left. And she's like, okay. Proceeds to beat the shit out of me. Literally, she punched me behind my skull at a
Little
point.
lady just like punches
Yes.
you in the back.
Yeah,
of the
no,
head?
I'm being serious. She literally abused me physically. She punched me, everything. She didn't target my lower back, which still hurt. She did everything but focus on the area which hurt.
Hmm.
And I paid her $60.
Nice.
I left and they were like, oh, so how did it feel? I was like, yo, I feel like I just got paid to be jumped because that's how it felt like. And I did not get better. I had to rest for a week and a half to finally feel like I was good. And even after then, when I could walk properly, I still waited another week and a half until I went to the gym. And when I went to the gym, I'd never maxed out for like the next month because I was afraid that it would happen again.
Yeah. He did have to take it a little bit easier then.
So at the time, I have no idea what happened that caused me to have that pain in my back. I have no idea.
I couldn't even tell you. Although it is possible that the way you were sleeping, you were crooked and then pinched a nerve.
I feel like that's it. I feel like it was a nerve. I don't feel like it was musculatory. I don't feel like it was
I mean,
ligaments,
Your nerves will
tendons,
shoot you out.
anything like that. Yeah.
Like a single nerve.
Think about sciatic nerves.
Yeah.
Like sciatic nerves are really painful. It goes all the way from your spine to the lower left leg. As long as it's pinched, excruciating amount of pain.
Actually, about a year ago, I slept insanely, I guess. Neck all crooked. Woke up. Could not move my neck left and right. Like I had to just stay in whatever position I'm staring at. And so I'm like, fuck, I gotta go to work. And I work a physical job, so they make me stretch before I work to give you an idea on the physicalities that I'm doing. And so I can't freaking move my neck. I get it to go straight. I'm like, fuck it. I gotta go to work. I go to work. And I'm trying to work. And they decide, let's put them in a new position today. Something I haven't done.
Okay.
And in this position, I have to constantly turn. I went home. And I don't think they believe me. Like they're like that. They're just like, yeah, sure. Sure you're hurt. Like, but I was seriously messed up.
They never believe you.
They never believe you.
In the workplace, they rarely believe you. Yeah.
They just think you're always lying. Like,
Yeah.
I don't always got to be lying. But I basically just mentioned it because nerves are crazy, and that's pretty much what it is. I must have pinched a nerve, sleeping all weird on it, and I mean, just throws you off completely.
Yeah.
Sorry you got beat up after though.
Didn't help me at all. I just paid to be. I paid to be jumped, but that's why I wish that it's kind of in the realm of fantasy. But I wish that us as human beings, as we grow older, I wish that we had a status window that displayed our health, displayed our strength, dexterity, stamina, whatsoever, our luck even.
Shit.
In numbers. And let's take into the concept of I have never played Dungeons and Dragons. I have never done that. But they roll a dice, and whatever the dice says, it decides what it happens. So I wish that
You scumbag.
I wish that in real life, you know, you had. I'm sorry. I wish that in real life you had a status window, and it told you your health benefits, your stats whatsoever, and when you, let's say, because let's be honest, once you turn like 23 and beyond, you start suffering some type of problems in your body, be it knee pain, back pain, headache pain, not being able to sleep, not being high blood pressure.
I feel like it does vary.
Yes.
Not on
It
just
definitely
age,
does,
but
yeah.
also like just like your upbringing and maybe
Your
jobs
diet
you've
from
done.
when you were a kid.
Diet helps, you know. Cause like say you just kind of had, I don't know, an office job only ever,
Yeah.
and you know maybe you have a little lower back pain from sitting all the time because your upper glutes just get super weak and lower back, but it wouldn't be too crazy as if somebody who's been working in, let's say, factories for years.
Yeah.
You know,
No.
it's
Oh
a
my
huge
God.
difference, and I think that just like lowers the age time.
Yeah.
So like 23 getting bad for you, probably been working really hard. I think the general age where things start to get rough is around like that 27 to 30 mark.
27. Okay. Well,
That's when you really start to fucking feel some shit.
okay. So unfortunately, I felt my back before I was even 23, because at the time, if it was 3 to 4 years ago, then that would have been when I was 22, 23.
Yeah, that's not good.
So, and going into fantasy wise, you know, like idealism and stuff like that, I wish, again, like I was saying, there was, you can just say status or whatever, like solo leveling, you know,
Status open.
yeah, status open. You could see your status, you can see your health, everything, all your stats in a window, imaginary window that only you can perceive, and it can tell you everything.
Sounds like
And
go ahead.
like I was saying, in Dungeons and Dragons, you roll a dice, which basically decides what happens in your fate. I've never played the game. I don't know if I'm right, but from the videos that I've seen, basically you roll a dice, and the dice, depending on the number that it happens to fall upon, decides your fate. So, I wish that with this status window, once you hit the age that, you know, like you start to develop problems, it can tell you, hey, you know what? You've just turned 25, you just turned 27, 28, 30, whatever. Based upon how you lived your life, you are prone to develop back problems, knee problems, high blood pressure, insulin problems.
This guy just messed up.
just hear me. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. Hearing problems, or your eyesight gets worsened. These are your options. You choose what your consequences are. Or roll a dice. Roll a dice. If you roll between 1 and 2, you can hear me out. If you roll between 1 and 2, your hearing gets worse. If you roll 3 to 4, your eyesight gets worse. 5 to 6, your back pain increases. 7 to 8, high blood pressure. 8 to 9, or 9 to 10, technically. I don't know. You go bald. Whatever. 11 to 12, you don't suffer the consequences of your past actions.
So about like 90% chance of being okay.
Yes. No, yeah, because I mean,
dice bad.
yeah, no. Hear me out. Because it is fair. If you are having a bad diet, if you aren't taking care of your body whatsoever, I feel like the percentage to have bad consequences should be higher than
So-
not having bad
So you're
consequences.
saying that the more you took care of yourself in this fantasy
the
world,
higher percentage it would be for you not to suffer consequences. So let's say instead of just
right, it'd be in reverse essentially.
exactly. And the purpose of this status window, you roll a dice, you roll it. Oh, look at that. I got a 6. I get back pain. At the very least, you know that this is the problem that you're suffering from. And you can, from then forth, you can decide the choices in your life. You can decide what to do to better it and help it. I just wish that we had a status window that basically depicted what was wrong with us in our body, because I feel like that at the very least 80% of people with this experience, when they see that like their diets, their dietary preferences or whatever they're doing in their lives affected their health, they would correct it. Because what do? If you're feeling bad, right? You go to a doctor and the doctor tells you, hey,
No, I don't. I don't
hey,
like doctors.
you're consuming too much cholesterol. You're stressing too much. The reason why you're having these health problems, oh my God, excuse me,
Yeah.
is because you are doing this or consuming this. What naturally do you do next? You try to correct it. So I
Right.
feel like if people had again, this is fantasy, but I feel like if people had a status window right there that they could access at any time and point, they would be more healthy. They would watch what they consume, they would watch what they do, and they would try to be better.
He might be writing his own anime soon. Man has a power scaling system. Nice.
The higher your cholesterol is, the
whole
more
nine
you'll
yards.
die, the less powerful you are.
He's like, hey, yo, you're fucking up. High cholesterol, you're the weakest character. You've been eating too much, man. You're done. You're cooked.
Yeah, basically. So you ate a hamburger with that was grilled in
what?
in
Extra
butter,
salt?
extra salt.
You're fucking cooked.
Extra
in
olive
this scale
oil?
of the world, you're cooked.
Dude, guess what? You just lost the permission to use your right arm. Like, no. But yeah, no. I feel like that would be interesting. Like,
Oh yeah.
if you could actually see a status window that depicted your health and your body, I feel like that would be, first of all, interesting. Second of all, educational, because the more that, like, if you can see your health statuses in a window,
Yeah.
you'll ask yourself, if you don't know what something means, your cholesterol or your blood pressure, histolic, and I forgot the other word for it, but there's 2 ways. But you start to ask more questions and you get more educated. Crazy.
I don't do any of that.
Okay.
Not that I could open a window anyway, but I haven't even been to the doctor other than like this one time I got food poisoning. But apart from that, like for like checkups and stuff, haven't been to a doctor in over 10 years.
Fair.
I just kind of like wing it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I haven't been to a doctor in
I just assume I'm healthy.
a while. Yeah, the only reason why I went to the doctor was, I mean, I already told you why I went to the doctor. Because it wasn't something that I could resolve. If it was something that I could deal with it in my own personal opinion, in my own way, then I would have.
Quick tip. If you do go to the doctor, ask for an itemized report
Yes.
of everything that they had to do for you, because
The charges go down.
they literally are scamming you.
Yeah.
They'll charge you for the whole box of bandages, and they gave you one bandage. And like the system is hacked.
It's corrupt.
It's messed up.
It's corrupt.
This is for you.
It's corrupt.
Yeah. We won't get too deep into that, but it's messed up. Make sure you get that itemized. Anyway, that's kind of part of the reason I don't go to the doctor, even though I have insurance. Fuck that. Insurance? Car insurance? criminal, dude. Oh man, no, let's not rile him up, man. But definitely criminal. But I gotta know, what what was the freaking dream? You tell me the dream right now. And if not, then I have a dream that I had last night.
Are you talking about the dream that I was having the day that, like 3 years ago?
Well, you said it was very vivid.
No, I was saying that I have very vivid dreams.
Oh, in general?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I mean, it doesn't, you don't,
I was thinking like
no.
you had like a full dream to
Be-
tell me. I was like, okay, he's
before,
gonna tell me the dream any minute now. I didn't get it. But
before today's recording, I told him a little bit about my dream, and you don't want me to talk about the dream that I had today.
never mind.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll leave it at that.
But let's talk about the dream that I had 2 days prior.
Cool. Let's do that.
So, right now, we're in the studio, but
In the stoop.
in the studio,
Yeah, in the stoop. In the shot.
in the shy. But basically, he knows what my room looks like. Let's not go into details because of that. But anyway,
It's a nice room though.
yeah, he knows what my room looks like. So basically, I was having a dream that I was sleeping because that's how, like how vivid my dreams are. I sleep and I can tell when I'm dreaming.
Yeah, you're conscious.
Yeah, I can smell things, I can taste things, I can dream, I can wake up, anything goes. And so I was dreaming that I was in my literal own bed, and that to my left, that's where my closet is. And in my closet, there was literally a 3-foot tall demon looking at me.
So sleep
It was-
paralysis?
No, I mean, I
You
could
could
move.
move.
Yeah,
Oh,
I could
okay.
move.
So just okay. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I could move. It wasn't even standing. It's 2 feet going into the walls, 2 arms going into the walls, the neck creeping down outside of the closet and looking at me.
Don't
And
like that.
I didn't care. I've been scared. I've been jump scared, haunted since I was a kid. I'm used to it. So I was dreaming about it, and I look at it, and I tell it, the demon, I was like, dude, literally hit him with the dude. I was like, dude, if you're going to scare me, just do it now. You have 10 seconds. Just do it. Because after these 10 seconds, I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to go to sleep.
Window open. Pulls out a blade. You
I'm
ready?
going to go to sleep. I swear that if you try to scare me after I close my eyes when I'm going to go to sleep after the fact that I gave you the chance to haunt me and you didn't,
He opened
and you
invitation.
choose to do it after I go to sleep, I'm going to throw hands and I'm going to beat the shit out of it.
So he
I
power
s-
played this
yeah.
demon.
I stared at him for 5 more seconds. I counted it and I was like, okay, good for you. I'm going to sleep. I closed my eyes, and actually, when I closed my eyes, I started thinking about a novel, not the novel that I'm reading currently, which I said, Shadow Slave. The novel that I was thinking about was a novel prior to that, which is The Beginning of the End, which I actually have manhwa of it, which I can show you after the podcast because I don't feel like standing up. I was thinking about it, and the mana, the power system that they have in the world, they don't just like absorb mana from the air and they just have mana in their body. No,
Mm.
they have to build a mana core from when they were like children developing. They build a manicore, and for their manicore to develop, they have to keep on meditating and purify their manicore, which eventually gets to a state where the mana is as pure as it can get. The more spells that you can do, whatsoever. But anyway, I was starting to dream about that. Not even a minute into it, the demon in my closet jumped. Because again, I told you, it was hanging from the roof. The legs and hands
Right.
jumped. I woke up and I was mad. I wasn't mad that he woke me up. No, I was mad because I told him that if he scared me after I closed my eyes, I would beat the shit out of him. And I'm mad that I woke up when he jumped me and I didn't get to beat the shit out of him. And that's why I was mad. Not because he woke me up, not because I was scared. No, it was because I broke my promise when I said that he would suffer the consequences if he tried to scare me after I closed my eyes.
Next time.
And I'm still, you can hear my voice.
It's not even real.
I'm getting loud. Like as the story progresses, I'm getting louder and louder because I'm getting agitated.
Next time,
I'm mad. I'm salty.
you got to go straight into it. Like you see him, just get at it, you know? That's the only way. Well,
If I see the same demon,
hands on sight?
hands on sight.
Makes sense. I think that's
Different
valid.
one. You know, I'm not gonna.
He's gonna give him the benefit of the
Yeah,
doubt.
I'm gonna give them
He's
the
gonna be
benefit of
like,
the doubt
"Hey,
because you know,
maybe he's a cool demon.
you never know. Maybe it's a cool demon. You know, maybe I'm thinking about that. Maybe I'm thinking that it's a demon and it's not a demon because you know, even right now, it's prophesized that you know, angelic forms
Are scarier than demons.
are scarier. Yes, they don't look like you know your sexy angelic. Whatever you try to perceive with wings and everything, they're hot. No, that is not how the Bible describes it. It describes them as an orb, bunch of eyes, wings,
rings.
hands.
Yeah.
Scary. So I'm not
I
gonna
think
judge
they look
whatever
cool.
appears in my dreams. You know, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. You know, like, hey, you cool? Yeah, okay, I'm cool. Let's chill.
So your vivid dreams are a lot different than mine.
Very vivid.
Very,
Very vivid.
very different.
Yeah, I can smell the type of food, whatever's cooking in the background.
So here's my thing. When I have vivid dreams, and I get them quite frequently because of the way I sleep, or I guess nap. I get them mostly when I nap. And so how this works is basically I put a blanket over my blanket so I could let my dogs sleep on the bed.
Okay.
And this is not like sleep time. This is like whatever, we'll say midday, although my time frames are different.
Yeah.
And I lay down with my dogs, and sometimes I just fall asleep.
That's fair.
When I fall asleep like this, though, I end up in a dream and then wake up within the dream becoming conscious. So
Lucid.
I originally was just in a dream normally,
Yeah.
and then something within the dream wakes me up, like something is off, that
Okay.
completely off, and then I wake up. But a lot of the times I'm still in the room, the same room that I'm in.
Okay.
And so, for example, the other night, I was having a regular dream. And then I was texting one of my friends on my phone, which is weird because you're not supposed to be able to have a phone.
I've had my phones in my
dreams.
dreams. Yeah, I've had many dreams where I have my phone. I have many dreams where I have clocks. I have many dreams where I have video games, my PC, my PlayStation 5. I've had dreams where I do my taxes.
Yeah.
Doesn't
And
matter.
So phones are technically, you're not supposed to have those in your dreams. And I'm going to bring up something else in a second. A separate one that's actually crazy. This one's freaking insane. But before I get there, I'm texting my friend, and then I put my phone away, and then I was thinking to myself, like, what is going on? I had no idea why I was so concerned about this message. But I was trying to see the message again, and I realized I was frozen. So it became more of like a sleep paralysis type of a deal. And I was there trying to move. And so I've had a big problem with sleep paralysis as a kid. It did have to do with some haunting and stuff, and maybe we can have a pod specifically about
No,
haunts.
I would love that.
Yeah,
I
because
would literally love that. I have a bunch of stories that I could share.
I guess you would say I am perceptive
Yeah.
to outly worldly things.
Some people are more perspective or more perceptive. Sorry, I said the wrong word. Some people are more
Perceptive.
perceptive. Some people are more perceptive towards that type of stuff.
Yeah, so
Literally.
we definitely have
Your fifth
a pod
sense.
like that. Yeah.
Your sixth.
Um,
Sixth sense.
but I taught myself how to break sleep paralysis, and essentially, you try to move from it, but you have to force your body awake. Like you have to force the movement so hard until your body physically moves in real life.
Yeah.
And then that's when you break out of it. Now, on certain occasions, I'll lay back down and go right back into it, and that's the worst because you start to feel really trapped, and that's uncomfortable. But with that being said, I totally know what you mean about having like just full blown like vivid dreams and being like awake in the dream.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had some where it's more similar to yours, where you're actually able to move around in the dream and stuff like that. And I mean, like, you literally have control of the dream. Like, you do, like, if you think it, you're doing it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. But talking about not having phones in dreams and that not being a thing, right? Mirrors.
That you're not supposed to sleep with a mirror pointing towards you.
Well, yeah, that's one thing. But what I'm talking about is you're not supposed to be able to see your own reflection.
Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah. Well, if you look it up, and you could do that on your own time, more than 90% of people were not going to see a mirror in their dream, and
Yeah.
much less see their very own reflection.
Yeah.
And especially in a conscious state while within the dream. So I had a dream that I was in. The best way I could explain it was, or is as if, like in Demon Slayer, when they go into the Infinity Castle and it drops to the door and they're like in
Okay.
a whole another world.
Yeah.
Like falling.
Yeah.
Imagine that, but without all the buildings, just like darker space.
Okay.
And I was in like a world similar to that. And I was going up, floating up. And I could see that there was a mirror sitting up, like a golden mirror
Mhm.
sitting up above me. And I'm coming up to it. As I get up to it, I see my reflection as full shining gold, like light, like pure light. The
Okay.
second that I saw that reflection, I got a sense of absolute dread. And mind you, I'm conscious. Like, it's not like I'm just like, oh, dreaming. Like, I'm conscious of this is going on. Because I was thinking to myself, oh, I'm not supposed to be able to see myself at all or do this at all.
Mhm.
When I see my own reflection, this sense of like dread, or I don't know what came over me, that was like, I wasn't supposed to see that, because I snapped awake faster than I ever have in my life, to the point where I felt like something, maybe we can just call it divine for this purpose, literally was like, you can't do that. Like, you're not allowed to do what you're trying to do. And I just, in a second, up. Like it just stopped. What do you think about that? That's kind of
Well,
crazy.
yeah, no. I completely agree with it, but I mean, I wouldn't say that it's divine.
I don't mean divine per se. I just
Because
mean like it felt like something else outside of me did not allow me to continue forward.
yes, so again, I'm gonna bring about the fact that I'm reading a novel currently, Shadow Slave. But basically, there's certain topics, certain people that reach the divine realm, and anybody that is less than a certain level,
Okay.
a certain amount of strength level, can understand or begin to comprehend or even glimpse at the reflections of the people that have reached the divine realm.
Mm.
And our character, Sunny, Sunless, happened to glance at the reflection of the 7 people that reached the divine realm fighting against the other 7 people that are basically the reflection of the divine, but the flaws of the divine.
Mm.
It's literally the flaws of the people that have reached the divine realm. He glanced at the reflection of it, and immediately he had to close his eyes. His brain almost
Well, like,
died.
malfunctioned.
Yeah, he was coughing up blood. His nose, immediately, blood started pouring from it.
Mm.
He was knocked out of consciousness. He could not support it because in his brain, spiritually or whatever, his soul couldn't support the fact that he was looking upon divine beings that reached the pinnacle of, the
Beings?
divine realm. Yeah.
Right.
And his soul could not support it. It couldn't take it. So immediately, he almost died.
Mm.
Now, I understand that we don't live in
I
that
might
type
be
of
in an
world
anime.
or anything like that. But it just reminded me of the fact of what you're talking about, that when you saw the reflection, yeah, it reminded me of that.
No, I mean, crazy that you happen to just be reading something with a
Yeah.
similarity to what I mentioned right now.
Really good book, dude.
Yeah.
I really recommend that you read it. It's so interesting.
But if anybody out there has a crazy, vivid dream they want to talk about, please comment below. Because
Yeah.
I would love to maybe have a pod where we read a few comments, especially about topics like that, because it's super interesting, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Dreams,
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
I would love to talk about it. Haunted things, scary places, scary houses. We can do a live in the future. You probably wouldn't want to do it, but I would be down to do a live going to a haunted place that our viewers voted to go to. I would be down to go to an abandoned hospital or asylum.
Real quick. Deja vu.
Insane.
I just had one.
Insane. Literally insane.
Yeah. Right now, I just had one.
Really?
Yeah. Right now, when you were speaking.
Oh, so you're thinking about me.
That moment. This guy. In that moment. But this was a chill deja vu. Most of the time, my deja vus, I feel like the moment after the world ended.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've had one. Yeah.
Like, and also, I feel like more recently, I've been having them a lot.
Actually, it's been the opposite for me. I haven't had many deja vus recently. And matter of fact, a lot of people suspect, not a lot of people, a minority of people. I don't know why I said the majority of people, but a minority of people suspect that whenever somebody has a deja vu is because, unfortunately, in that timeline, they perished. They died. And the deja vu is the remembrance of that specific timeline, but yet in this one, you're not dying.
I see. Yeah, I mean, it's not completely impossible.
No
I don't know.
Yeah, no,
I don't know. But it's interesting, though, because, like I said, not this time, but other times I've had deja vu, like at work or whatever. It was literally like moments after the world was ending, like, world's done. And I even get that feeling. Like in that moment, like I feel like, wow, like is the world about to end for real though?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I always thought deja vu was weird.
It is. It definitely is.
Yeah. Some people even recall dreams happening later on, which
Oh,
is similar to
yeah,
deja
no.
vu. But
I've had the same
actually,
dream happen multiple times, more than
Yeah.
10 times.
but like in the real world, right? That's what I'm saying. So like you had a dream, and then later on in life, you don't recall it as deja vu. You recall it as I had an actual full blown dream.
Wait,
About this moment.
You're talking about real existence,
Yes.
not the repeating dream.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I don't think so then.
Yeah. I mean, that's a whole other level of it, but yeah. Repeating dreams, though, I had one as a child. And let me tell you, do you know Stuart Little? Of course you do. So the little mouse. Now, I don't even think Stuart Little was out at this time, to be honest. But when I was a little kid, I had a reoccurring dream every night that I was in a maze riding a skateboard and I was a mouse. And there was a ginormous cat.
Tom and
Like an
Jerry.
evil cat. No. that would chase me through the maze. And right when he was about to eat me, I would wake up. And I got to a point where, like, when I was a little kid, like, I was terrified to sleep because I would just have the same exact dream every single night, like on repeat.
Were you dealing with something in real life in that time? At that time?
It's possible.
Because I mean, a lot of people theorize that whatever you dream reflects the problems that you're having in real life. I don't believe that that's the fact. I really don't.
I could see maybe
I
as
can see it, but I don't believe it.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
I've
not-
had some weird dreams whenever I'm happy, sad, angry, depressed.
well, they say subconsciously, so therefore it would be thoughts that are not even known to you, which is weird.
I mean, I can say anything's possible then.
Yeah, but that's just what they say.
subconsciously you're not aware of it. Then therefore,
It's more
whatever
of
the
a-
results are,
yeah.
it doesn't matter.
I mean, it's more of an internal thing. So, like internally, for example, let's say,
I'm very connected with myself.
let's just say, internally, you're depressed about something,
And subconsciously,
then-
I know about it too.
yeah,
Subconscious, whenever I'm depressed, consciously, I know
Well,
I'm depressed,
That's just an idea.
and I know why I'm depressed. Subconsciously, I know that I'm not being fair with myself, and I'm being very unjust with myself because I judge myself very harshly. It doesn't matter if another person does what I did. I tell the other person that it's okay. We literally make mistakes. We're humans. We're not perfect. But I commit the same mistake. I'm very unjust with myself.
Mm.
And that's subconsciously.
I mean it in a sense of non-knowing, though. Like knowing.
But you can
knowing.
you can know your subconscious.
No, yeah, knowing, right? But sometimes there's things deep inside that we're subduing, right?
I'm connected with myself that
In general,
I
I'm
know
not
it.
like specifically targeting like what you're saying.
if you're connected with yourself, specifically like spiritually, then you basically do know subconsciously. For the most part, not all the
No,
time.
I'm
but
saying like
for the
you
most
can
part.
know, right? But like there is like a deeper point.
Mm.
But either way, crazy stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Real quick. Tell me. Where did you find this fancy shirt?
Okay. All right. I was looking for a jacket to replace another jacket that unfortunately I had to throw out which I'm not ready to talk about that yet because I'm still traumatized. Which you know me, it takes a lot to traumatize me. But I was looking for a Columbia sweater because I don't like really like warm jackets or warm winter jackets during winter. I don't like those. I like I hit my mic by accident. I like sweaters or jackets that are warm enough to not make you feel like you're sweating, and not warm enough or cold enough where you're not suffering from the cold. So I was looking for that jacket over at Kohl's, and I just saw this mannequin with this shirt. I was like, oh, well, that's kind of fancy. I like how it looks like. So I took like about 20 minutes looking for it because unfortunately, usually in other stores, if you see a mannequin with a type of shirt, a type of clothing whatsoever, it's right in front of it.
Usually.
This one, nah, it wasn't. It was literally 12 meters, 6 feet in American, away from the mannequin.
But like in the perimeter, kind of?
6 feet away. So if you think about 6 feet is from you all the way to that corner.
Not too bad.
And you're surrounded by clothes.
Not too bad.
So you have like, if you think about it, if you look north, south, east, west, 12 o'clock, you have a circumference of different type of clothing that you can go and look for. There is a 1 to 12 chance that you hit the exact direction that you want to go to because that's where it is located at. So you have a 1 in 12 chance to go there from your first try. I didn't. I had to take all the 12 chances to find.
It happened to be the last.
To find it, and I was salty. I never did find the jacket that I was looking for, but I did find this this nice shirt. It's stretchy. I like it. I really like it.
No, it's nice. I like it.
Yeah. That was not where I thought that you were gonna talk about or go into.
Yeah, well.
And talking about clothing though, cloaks. Do you know what a cloak is?
Yeah.
People in this state, I'm looking at y'all. People in this day and age don't wear cloaks. I don't know. I don't know if it's because it looks. People think that it looks bad, or if it's not warm enough. It is warm enough.
Is a trench coat a cloak?
No.
Similar.
Hell no. It is not a cloak. A trench coat, it has a shit ton of buttons in the middle. A cloak connects here.
Right.
Your collarbone.
Right. You're right. I can see that. Kind of like sabers, huh?
Yeah. 1 button, 2 button. Yeah, exactly. Exactly like sabers. So you see this? Connects right here. Expands all the way to the bottom to your knees. That's what a cloak is.
I'm thinking
Think
more
about
like...
Sasuke Uchiha in the Boruto series where he wears a cloak. Think about the
I was thinking
Akatsuki.
like the Akatsuki cloaks.
The Akatsuki, yeah.
But those are different than that
Akatsuki.
cloak.
Yeah, it is. It's longer cloaks.
Yeah, that's
but
more
basically,
what I was thinking.
yeah. Imagine Game of Thrones. How
like Jon Snow's cloak.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. He wears cloaks. It looks perfect. I want to bring back
cloaks.
They look amazing.
I'm sure in like high fashion, they exist.
Yeah, no, I mean definitely. Yeah,
and to be honest,
do.
I mean, nothing's stopping you.
It's just, I mean, you have to find the perfect cloak first of all because they're not popular as they should because they do look good.
Actually,
but if I find, that's a different signal for something else, and you know it. If I do find a cloak that looks very good, I am gonna buy it and I'm gonna wear it everywhere because,
daily.
in my opinion, cloaks look amazing.
You gotta have the right outfit though. Like you just don't throw a cloak.
A
on
cloak
anything,
basically covers your neck all the way to your knees. A little bit, like 4 inches above your knees, which is your patella.
I'm pretty sure I can find you a cloak.
Find me one.
Actually,
Find me one.
I'm highly confident.
You have 24 hours.
All I need. Yeah, I'll find you a cloak. You didn't tell me a price range though. Yeah.
In person. Not online.
Nobody has
I
cloaks in
can search.
person.
I can search anything online.
No, I'm not
I
gonna
can
find
search
him a regular
your clothing
cloak.
right now online. I can literally take a picture, reverse Google search it, and find what you're wearing right now. I can find the paint of this wall if I reverse Google search it.
I'm not finding him.
Find
a
it in
regular
person.
Cloak.
No, because I don't. And you know this. You know this.
He can Google search this all day. I
You-
will find a better cloak.
You know that I specifically don't really like purchasing clothes online because I like to try it. Because unfortunately, sometimes you order your size, your literal size online. They deliver clothing,
There's dimensions.
doesn't fit you. There's dimensions. There's
Look, you find one item, right? You gotta find one item, which obviously
and
is
it's
a
the
task in
texture
itself.
too. It's the texture too.
And then you decide from there. All right, I love this shirt. I love the way it fits on me, which is what I've done. And I find out the dimensions, and then I go from there. No, it works. I
What's
specifically
this?
online shop.
What's this? What am I doing right now?
I don't know.
I am using my tactile sense. It doesn't matter if you go online, you buy clothing that's the same dimensions that you want them to
I'm
be.
not saying the exact
It
same.
depends on the
Similar.
touch too, because sometimes you don't like the fabric that the clothing is made of. So that is why, in my opinion, although online shopping is very versatile and very convenient, hands-on and everything, it's right there for you to use whatsoever.
Listen,
In person, it's more superior. So you're telling me, let's say, okay, put this as an example. You're online shopping, you find 12 products that you like, right?
mhm.
Now, I give you 2 options. 1, buy one of the 12 products, or 2, I bring you physically the 12 products. You get to touch them, try them on. Which one are you going to prefer to buy from?
Are the online ones cooler?
Same.
Well, then it doesn't matter.
You don't know if it's going to fit you correctly. What do you mean?
Listen, the reason
if-
the reason behind me shopping online.
No, I
I
gave
have
you
a
2
purpose.
specific, 2 literal options. 1, you have 12 clothing brands, 12 clothing shirts. Fuck it. Let's say it's shirts.
Okay.
12 shirts, different brands whatsoever, that you can only see on your phone, iPad, PC,
Right.
TV, monitor,
Yes.
whatever.
Yeah.
VR glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Or you have the same 12 prendas, which is the word that I wanted to say earlier.
Mhm.
It's in Spanish. The same 12 shirts, but in this instance, you can touch them, you can feel what fabric is made out of, and you can try them on. Which of the 2 options are you going to go with?
That becomes irrelevant.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No,
and
it
let me
doesn't.
explain.
No,
Yeah,
no, it doesn't.
yeah, it does.
If
Because
I have
it
the
doesn't
2
matter.
options, I'm gonna go with the one where I can actually try it physically.
Of course you are.
Of
they're the
course
same.
I am.
But they're the same.
They're the same, but again,
What
you're
I'm
not gonna
telling
know
you-
until you actually try it.
What I'm telling you is
There's some type of clothing,
you're
That
not
it-
finding some of these clothes in store. They don't exist. They're not in the store.
and I'm telling you right now that it does.
They don't.
So no, I'm
I'm
telling
saying-
you in this situation, it does.
In this situation,
In
you
this
created
situation.
it to fit the purpose. I'm saying,
That's what a situation is.
yeah, but what I'm telling you is the items that I'm looking for, specifically, you won't find in store. You're not gonna find it in.
Give me
any
one
store.
example.
All right, I like to buy pre-ordered items.
That's different. You can't talk about pre-ordered items because
It's
they're
online.
because they're
You're not gonna find them.
they're
They're limited
limited.
edition.
They're specifically limited edition for you to buy online.
Fine.
That is another instance.
One of my favorite brands is Dark Sport. Is there a Dark Sport store?
Is there? You tell me. No, because it's an online store. So give me an example where I can have the same opportunity
what I'm
in
saying.
store and online. And I can tell you, no matter if it meets those two requirements, I can find you the same type of shirt,
That's what I'm
clothing
saying.
in person than in online.
I just don't really care for the clothing in store. Unless I was looking for something specific that I know I could find at the store, then that would be different. But most of the time, I'm looking for something that I could generally only find online.
Okay, let me put it this way.
Okay, here's what I'm trying to say.
No,
I prefer some type of cropped clothing, and I don't mean super cropped. I mean like waist cropped. No.
you guys don't see him in his daily life.
Yeah, right. And you're not finding those items in a regular store.
I mean, those items, no.
No. And a lot of the items that I like to get, you're not finding in the store.
Yeah, I mean, that's less than clothing. That's basically nudity. If you're
No, it's
trying
not
to
that type. My point is, he's talking about if I take 2 white t-shirts, are you going to buy the white t-shirt online or the one in person? Of course I'm buying the one in person because I can just go pick up the white shirt. I mean that if you're looking for something like a cloak, you're going to find something super awesome online.
I have bought.
You have
I
a
have
1%
bought clothing.
chance of finding
I
a
have
cloak
literally
in
bought
person.
clothing online that when I get it, the material is pure shit.
Boy, you got to do research.
They can advertise whatever they want to say. They ship you different wise. And what are you going to do? You're going to return it. And what are they going to do? They're going to say, we don't accept returns. And what else can you do? You can't do nothing.
Listen.
Because if their company says in the small little imprints, no returns, what are you going to do? It was wasted money.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
You
not
just-
all the time.
You got to take a chance. If you like something, you got to take a chance. And I'll tell you what, 90% of the time that I've ordered something online, it's been great. I never had an issue. I also do research though, to be fair, because I'm, at least observant enough to figure out what's going on. And therefore, I just find the stuff that I like and want, and I compare and I figure it out. Now, in the other sense though, you're right. In person would be superior. I wish these stores did exist in person.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Sadly, day and age now, online. Have you
Yeah.
been to a mall lately? Dead.
With all these shootings? No,
And-
I'm good.
What?
What do you mean?
Why is there shooters now at the mall? Yes, I agree, but I'm just no shooters. Regular mall. Have you been
Fine.
there? Empty. Weekends, maybe a little poppin'.
No, not that empty. At the very least, the one that I live by, don't say the fucking name. It's
Yeah, no.
usually pretty busy.
Malls in general.
Southwise.
We won't say no names, but
Yeah. But the Southwise, yeah, it's usually pretty busy. And matter of fact, there was a
I've been
there was a
to
popular TikToker that appeared there.
a few malls. Not so recently, but not recently either. And compared,
We should go to an arcade. There's some. I'm so sorry for interrupting. My bad. Go ahead. I am sorry.
no, man.
No, I'm
No.
trying my best not to interrupt. Go ahead.
Listen, the whole point is
Yeah.
you can never compare it to what it used to be like.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Before the whole internet blow up, before you had all these online stores and everybody has a brand now. Before all that, you would go to the mall and that shit was jamming.
Yeah.
Packed. But with
It
that
really
being
was.
said, I can at the very least agree that if they created these stores in person, I would prefer to go in person 100%. Because one, I get my
Yeah.
product right
Yeah.
away. Two, I get to feel it and whatnot. But since that's not the case for the stuff that I'm looking for, I have decided that online is my way to go.
Definitely. And I mean, going off of what I interrupted you, sadly, we should definitely go to an arcade. I want to challenge you in so many different games whatsoever, and we can make a video about it if you want to.
I'd be interested.
Yeah. I just want to go to an arcade with you because the last time that we went to an arcade was the Sandbox VR, right? With the where we put the VR
Yeah,
headset
that was
and
cool.
the sensors and everything, and we
That was
shoot
actually
zombies.
really cool.
It was really cool. But I mean, that's a topic for the next episode.
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right. So, thank you so much for all the viewers, the new viewers that we're receiving. Give us a chance. Watch the next episode. You never know. Maybe you like us. Maybe you hate us. Whatsoever. But for the recurring
Reoccurring?
video, recurring viewers that we're receiving. Hey, you know what? We appreciate all the feedback that you guys are getting, that we're getting. We got a bunch of comments that you were going on a bunch of tangents in the first video.
It was
so,
me. Sorry,
yeah,
guys.
definitely him, not me.
Didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, so he apologizes for it. He feels really bad. Matter of fact, he was begging on his knees 2 days ago.
No.
Again, we don't know what happens when
He
these
talks a lot
cameras
about
turns
being
off.
on knees,
So
doesn't
who
he?
knows? Literally, who knows? He's the one that wears the caps because, it's cap, whatever he says. But thank you so much for supporting us, watching these videos, and just listening to whatever idiotic or serious topics that we're talking about, because you never know with the Faded Podcast. We either talk about funny stuff, we talk about our own experiences, or we talk about serious stuff. You never know. It's unpredictable. But what you can do is tune in and see what you can get from this next podcast video, because you never know.
Leave a like, comment below. Love to hear back from any of you. This is great pod today.
We're definitely, and I say this from me, and I mean it from him, we're always going to read the comments. At least, if it's more than 1,000, I mean, we have just so much, a lot of time, but we're going to do our best
He's
to read the
reading
comments
every
and everything.
single one.
Okay. All right. We're going to try our best to, reply to all the comments and stuff like that. We appreciate the support. The, what is it called when people are giving, actual criticism instead of hate? Constructive criticism. I love that in general. And we can talk about it in the next episode because this is a whole different subject. But
Yeah.
yeah, thank you so much for watching. And I hope that you guys stay tuned for the next episode.
Peace.
Peace.